Make sure that you tune in every Thursday to the Blueprint Live at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on Facebook and YouTube, and then you can catch me on Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. And I'm available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, okay, and your radio shows. So get on it, okay? Let's do this. I love to connect with you and promote what you got going on. Let's get it. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Blueprint Live, visit thebpmediaco.com today. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Yo, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I know what you should be doing. I'm the pride of the Eastside DJ MH Tutter, and you need to tune into the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in, and right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi, all right? Hey, man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, what's happening in? What's happening in? Oh, it's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey, man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi. And I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Ah! Oh, Fabo!
Hey, come on in. Welcome back. Y'all already in the comments. What's up, SwagHer? Make sure if you all are tuning in, go ahead and share it up. Get your drink. Shout out to Rachel Black. Come on, girl. Baby, this is my way. It's available everywhere. Rachel Black. Because I don't want to turn it into a dance party, okay? Happy Thursday. Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and I am so glad to have you all back joining with me this week. I'm so excited about my guests, y'all. Look, when I tell you, I've been bringing y'all some heat these last few weeks, but baby, we are about to sizzle and take off. Tonight in my virtual backstage, I have Dr. Julian Wright joining me, okay? And for one, it's like, especially if you're from the Chicagoland area, if you don't know who Dr. Julian is, honey, you're going to find out tonight here on the Blueprint Live. So I'm so excited to bring on my special guest. You all just please hold, okay? Because I'm bringing him right on. Now, if you all were feeling that song that I opened up to, that was My Way from Rachel Black. You all know Rachel Black joined me a few weeks ago, and Pieces of Me, her new project, is available on all platforms. And she even has a dance challenge going with this one. I sis, I'm not that coordinated, but I know a few people that are, and they can definitely jump in. So you all make sure that you go and stream that. Again, it's available everywhere, and it's on the Blueprint Live playlist exclusively on Spotify. So you all make sure that you tune in. And of course, thank you to everyone that is joining us on our Facebook and YouTube, our live tonight. And also for those that are streaming in on the SwagHer community. On Sundays, you all know that you can catch the Blueprint Live, catch the replay, honey, on with our radio partners, Fluent Media Network, Indie 101.5, and Philly Jams 95.3. Of course, if you're interested in advertising with me, make sure that y'all reach out, okay? Visit thebpmediaco.com for more information. Now, you all know the show is available everywhere. So even if you missed anything tonight, especially with my special guest, go ahead and you can, listen on iHeart, Spotify, wherever you listen to your favorite tunes. Now, look, you all know how we do here at the Blueprint Live. We talk about the things that's in the news, but we're going to bring some positivity out because it's been going down. Tonight's topic, we're talking a little bit about the Cardi B controversy. I don't understand why it's controversy for y'all, and that's what I want to talk to you about. So make sure that you tune in later on. And of course, shout out to my amazing sponsors, okay? Where would we be without Live Long Health? Copajn Vodka, y'all already know. That's what I'm sipping personally. I've mixed it with a little bit of sangria, but don't worry about what's in my cup. It's my cup, okay? But make sure that you all follow our sponsors, and shout out to Fluent Media Network. They are, of course, the sponsor of the show and the sponsor for the Linked and Lit Brunch. We'll get into that. But Fiya Infusions, as well as Paris Ice Bar. After tonight's broadcast, everyone that I mentioned, including my special guest tonight, will be hyperlinked on not only YouTube, but Facebook. I implore you all to please take a moment, if you haven't already, follow anyone that is on there, because I'm telling you, these are people that you want to know, people that you want to have. You want to have them in your algorithm, okay? Last but not least, before I bring on my special guest tonight, if you are new to the stream, and even if you're not, drop your business. You all know how y'all scroll past y'all family and friends' businesses and the stuff that they're doing. It's okay. No judgment here. We listen and we don't judge. But drop their business in the comments, because even though you might scroll past it, somebody needs whatever it is that they have to offer. So drop it in the comments, okay? Now, it's an exciting time. Let me just gear this up, because look, I've been really excited about tonight's interview with Dr. Julian Wright, because, I love it as far as within our industry and within the Chicagoland area that, you bump into so many people all the time. And every time that I see Dr. Julian, he's always doing something where he is elevating and taking it to the next level as far as in entrepreneurship, in media, politics. I mean, he's acting, okay? Dr. Julian is really the one. So I've been super excited to bring him on. So without further ado, Dr. Julian, you ready for me? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready for me. Okay, come on now. Let me bring in tonight's special guest, Dr. Julian Wright.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here with you.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you. We about to have some fun tonight.
Yes, we are. So,
Dr. Julian, I was telling them that I have been so excited to chat with you tonight, because I mean, you've been doing your thing. First off, let's clap it up for you. I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's like they say, it's not easy, but I'm honored and I'm grateful to be picked and chosen to, just fulfill everything that I do. Several hats. So I love it. I enjoy it.
Absolutely. And I've been really excited to just, not only just learn a little bit more, but share your story with my listeners. So, what I love to do with my guests that come on, especially someone that's so multifaceted like yourself, can you kind of give us a little bit of the behind the scenes of kind of how you branched into entrepreneurship and all of the things that you're doing now?
Right. Well, it really started off with me growing up. I had different influential people around me. I had my father. He's a retired attorney. He actually used to do radio with WYCA, which was a known station. Yes, especially those in Chicago. The older people really know. They're like, oh, WYCA. So it's I had different influential people like that growing up. He's a professor now at the college, Rasmussen University. But and then his mom, which was my grandmother, which everyone in Chicago pretty much really knows who she is. She passed away, I want to say about 2 years now, but she was a WGN anchor for WGN, the late Mary D. And so I saw different things like that around. So, of course, my mother as well. My mom really taught me with the fashion side and the how to care introduction.
You are fashionable, okay?
Listen, you got to bring it in and stuff. And so I'm like, it's she made sure that we knew what was right and wrong. So I would say pretty much in life, everything kind of came together. I learned to what was, back then, and also some things currently. I'm like, I had to learn the current stuff, because a lot of stuff I can say, some stuff currently, I'm like, what's going on? They gotta help me out.
It's a whirlwind. I'm like, can somebody please, baby, can you help me?
Yes. So, but for me growing up, I always was the type that I always had a business mind. I always was the type to where I'm like, we're going to figure out how we're going to get through this, through family trials. We went through different things. I'm like, we're going to work together. I'm like, I have this idea, we're going to get on top. So it would just come. And I was the one I used to get stressed out. I'm like, why do I have to be the one that comes up with the different things? Why can't somebody else do it? And I just follow them. Yes, I'm like, but but I'm grateful to be chosen, like I said, with that. And so it's so that's pretty much really how I got started with it, working with an aunt. She would sit me down with business. My aunt Leslie, she would really work with me. And like I said, just different pieces. I learned that every piece in your life makes you who you are today. There is no piece that, whether you worked a job for a week or two or anything, long as you learned something and took something from that, it'll carry you through life and you will appreciate it much more than what you really know.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
Right. And Julian, you are truly, like I was telling them before you came on, I feel like a real trailblazer as far as even from our area. Like, it's always nice for me. You know how it is from being from the Chicagoland area. Some people are weak, some people are not, and I love to see it. But I want to know from your perspective, what does being a trailblazer mean to you personally?
For me, I feel like it is someone who is always on the go, but not just always just on the go, but someone who goes places with purpose and plans. I'm a person that I don't go anywhere or connect with just anybody if there's not a purpose and a plan intended for that. Of course, I have genuine people. Of course, I'm not always looking to get something out of something, but I am saying is at the end of the day, even if I've gone to different events, had nothing to do with me, just to be in the room. And I knew without knowing, if I got in the room, something was going to greater come in for me. Don't know how that was going to happen, but it ended up happening like that. And so for me, especially in the Chicago market, Chicago is it's a positive. One thing I will say, we're a very hustler type of mindset. We don't know how to hustle.
That's right.
But the only thing I always tell people, the only thing I hate is, and this is worldwide, but I can only talk about Chicago because that's my experience. But I'm like, it's a lot of a crab and a bear mentality. It's a lot of people that
I'm glad you said it because I didn't want to, I didn't want to be the one.
I'm like, wow. Like, when I find out about some stuff or see some, I'm like, really? Like, it's and granted, so I understand the logic of everyone is not going to make it. And that's very unfortunate. But what I mean by everybody is not going to make it, because everyone, I feel like there's some people who are doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. And I think that is the difference in that.
Like, it's not their destiny.
Yeah, it's not your destiny. It's not for you. You saw it looks glamorous, and it's only glamorous for someone else, but you don't know the back end of it. And if you get into the back end of it, then you want to quit. And I'm like, no, this is what you wanted. Remember?
Dig in. Okay.
Yeah, like, no, you have to sit. And so, and for me, I know I always tell people this with working into certain rooms, and I laugh at it. And especially in Chicago, that number one, you work hard to get in the room. Is what I feel like. You work hard to get in the room, and then unfortunately, you have some people, when you work hard to get in the same room as them, they feel that you need to prove that you deserve to be in the same room as them.
Ooh,
look, so I'm like,
look, I didn't know. Okay.
It is something else. And so I'm like, it's sad. And of course, every experience is different. So, it's not, you got your good days, you got your bad days, but I'm just saying the mentality of it to where it's like, clicks and different things. But I tell people, don't let that discourage you. Do not let, I always used to tell my family and just different ones that was around. I'm like, people only have so much power that you give to them. And they are not the final individual. You can still reach your destiny. You can still reach your dream. Don't never let a temporary situation stop you to make you be like, I'm just over this. Don't get me wrong, you may get exhausted. I get tired
all the time.
Yeah,
okay.
So you like, especially when you're branding yourself, and people don't realize it's not easy. So sometimes that help and that encouragement, just that support, it helps. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. So
ooh, look, you did it up, okay. Dr. Julian is dropping some gems for y'all. Get in tune, okay? Get in tune. Now, with all of the different hats that you tip, Julian, can you? I really just kind of want to know, from all of the different ones that you do kind of tip off, Which one is the role that you've had that's kind of had the most impact on you as far as where you are now?
I would say, so that's hard. And the reason why I say that's hard, it's gonna be between the entrepreneurship side and then the media side. And the reason why I say that, for me, I was involved into media, but I wasn't as heavy as into it like I am now then, a while back. I started out with just doing a little sad little things. Like I used to do freelance work for the city of Hazel Crest. I did some things for their little cable station, and I would go work with them, and sometimes, and I wasn't even full-time hired, that I was just on call.
Yeah.
Like we need you today. So I was doing that, and so I was happy with doing that. And I knew I could do more, but I was like, okay, but before I even got into that, the business side of things, I knew my passion. I knew, I own a limousine and transportation company. So when I started that, I was like, and I started this during COVID broke out. And so that was like, yes.
And that was when a lot of businesses were born, though, Julian. And I mean, that are still thriving now, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. And so I'm like, it was and it was something to where I was able to provide employment for people when they, their jobs were shutting down, and people who were doing the same business as me at that time, they was like, we're giving up, we're done. And I'm like, give up. Let me buy your vehicles. Let me
I have your book of business.
Yeah, let me get all of it. So I'm like, that was my mindset. So when I started the company, I always would come up with different ideas. And this is why I tell people, you have to be careful with entrepreneurship, because you never know. Your idea, don't never take your idea for granted. I used to look at different vehicles, and I'm like, I would ride in it, and I'm like, only thing like a limousine, just for an example, I will be in one, and I'm like, people just only like it because it's a long vehicle, and it's just mesmerizing when you see that passing by. It's just something cool. But really, what's really more into it? And I'm like, I was riding it in some, and this is before I owned my own, and I was just like, man, if they had this would be great. Man, if they had this,
we need an enhancement.
Right. So I'm like, I didn't think at the mindset, like, I'm putting a list of stuff in my head for my own company. I'm just thinking they're just my own individual things.
You were kind of gathering the analytics that you need, you know.
And so when I did that, then I came to just fast forwarding to it. I got the company going, and I finally made up my mind. I didn't tell anybody. At that time, I was very quiet, and I learned to move quietly sometimes with some things, because I was like, okay, I want to be able to pray about this. I want to protect the vision of this. And, I can't say it's something that I always want to do, but it's always something that I loved. So it made sense for me to walk into something that I loved. And so, so it flourished and went from there. Like I said, ideas broke out. We headed to where I would have couples to where we got the big screen TVs inside there. They would get rolled around downtown Chicago. They had dinner. We had the limo inside decorated for them. It was different ideas that the other ones were not offering at that time. Okay. And so we were like, of course, COVID, people were scared to leave. So we had the COVID-19 steam people to come in to steam out the vehicle, so that way it was clean for you to get in. So it was like coming in. So they was like, this is still something to do, because I wanted to also show people there is hope. I feel like a lot of people were getting discouraged at that time. And so
a lot of isolation, people not wanting to leave and go out.
And so it's hard because you're so used to, you need human contact. So it's like, so it's but yeah, that was something with me, JW Enterprise. Starting from there, I did not attend on for the company to become we work with everyday people, but I did not think that it was going to go into the public figure realm. And so it wasn't until one person, I didn't even know how they got in contact with me, reached out to me. They was like, we want to book. Come to find out, they were booking for this music soul festival that they were doing once COVID ended. And then after that, this person probably would come to Chicago. We had Selena Johnson. She was a person that was a consistent person. Whenever she comes here and there, she would book. George Daniels, was able to work with Leandra Johnson and Fantasia, different other ones that I was just like,
goes on. Julian,
yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, we doing it.
yes, and I would imagine like Julian, so with like, do your worlds as far as those different things kind of collide where like your clients, they're like, hey, I see what you're doing, let me kind of come over here with you with this too.
Yeah, a lot of times that happens and stuff. They just get amazed at it and stuff. And then some things I tell people, I'm like, though that is how I started and got the introduction to some relationships, and then I grew into the media part, and so they already trusted, okay, you do great business, and we was able to, some of them we were able to have dinner together and go out together, and then I started doing media, so they was like, we don't mind coming on your show, we want to support you. And
right.
Of course that person introduced you to that person, because the most of this business you make it through relationships.
Absolutely.
And so it's like, it's about relationships. It's about connecting and knowing how to do that. And so from there, when I say it took off, and then the media part grew, and then I was just doing more politically community events. I got really activated when the George Floyd situation happened.
That was a horrible time.
It was extremely. And so I was doing big community events with different mayors, and got a chance to work, meet the governor, and just, several other things, everything. So that's pretty much how that really like started. So when you ask that question, just to go back to that, that's why I say it's between the entrepreneurship side and definitely the media. The media side has allowed me to cross over more.
Yeah.
And also help with the entrepreneurship side. So yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of media, so we can't have our chat tonight and not talk about your talk show.
Yeah.
Because talk to me about the Dr. Julian Wright show. I want to hear all about it.
Yeah. So the Dr. Julian Wright show, it's an internationally broadcasted talk show. We are on PBS TV network. We air on Hulu Live, and it will be coming on demand for people to watch it coming up before the year is out on Amazon, so people can look at it and see. Yes, so I'm like, I have been fighting for that.
You're gonna have to help your girl, because we gonna have to talk offline.
Oh yeah, okay? we gonna talk. We gonna talk.
That's amazing, though.
Yes, so it was awesome, and once again, like I said, that kind of came about. I was on a talk show. It wasn't a talk show, it was a regular show, but it was no audience. Now my show, we have audience shows, and then a lot of times I have one-on-one interviews. So I tell people, just because you don't see me posting this and that, or some of my team may post different things like that, then we may have a one-on-one interview going on. So of course we want to release it all together. But how I got into that is one of my producers of my show, Donna Kavanaugh. And she used to work with Oprah when Oprah had her show in Chicago.
Okay.
And so I had guests on her show. And so when I had guests on her show, one of the publicists, awesome publicist and friend, Leroy Burton, he connected us. And she wants, yes. Leroy?
Yeah, I've met him a few times. Of course, he's really, of course, well known around our area. So he's really
absolutely great. That is another person that is awesome. And so he connected us and stuff. And so just make a recommendation. And so, it went from there. I didn't hear anything. And so it wasn't until I got the call and I became a guest. I started off as a guest. And so I got on the show, great interview, the lady was like, we're going to talk. We need to talk more. Some people say that and I believe it, but some people say it and I just really, to be honest, I don't believe it. So I'm like, you hope for it.
It's kind of one of those like cliche, like, okay, yeah, see you later.
Like it's good to hear that, but we'll see. So, but after that, I got the call and she was like, I saw a lot in you and doing the interview, and she played it for some people with the network, and they wanted to roll in about my show. And so they was like, we see you're a rising star, you're connecting more and more, you never stop. Even when we noticed that even when you're quiet, you always come back with something big. So it was like, and I loved it. I was like, wow, it shows you never know who's watching you. And so, but yeah, the Dr. Julian Wright show, we have businesses. We talk about that. We talk about everyday lifestyle topics. We have celebrity interviews. We had Latavia Robertson from Destiny's Child. She was on the show. Judge Greg Mathis, and just so many. We had Andrew Bellows. He was on Empire, and he's playing on another Lifetime thing coming up. And we got so much. When I said the list goes on and on with these guests, but it's been an awesome time. And so with the Dr. Julian Wright show, it's a place that I tell people I wanted to have this platform, not just to have my name mentioned, but I want to be able to have a place to where, people can call home and people can say, I got something from this show. I learned something. It's not a messy show. It's a show that we go get some information out of you, but we're going to do it with respect.
We're going to talk to them.
Okay.
Conversations.
Yes. So, but when it comes down to it, it's, I love it. It drives me, it pushes me, and we looking to take it to the next level even more. So
100%.
yes.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? It's I recently launched the the MzMetchi show, and people like yourself seeing someone from my area that is I mean, it's international. It serves as just an inspiration for those that are those like even myself that we're kind of reaching and trying to really put on for the community for real, like not just talk about it, but actually provide a platform to be about it. So that is I'm so proud of you. Like when I tell you, I'm literally sitting over here just beaming for you. That's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That definitely means a lot. And just you, I'm gonna just say I know we had supposed to have done this interview a little bit ago. I'm like, it's just been so much. I'm like, but it's this, but I definitely watch you as well. And I can say I admire you as well. Your work for I was like, let me tell you something. I'm a person, I watch how people promote certain things. I tell people, if you go do it, we go do it right, or don't do it at all. And so one thing I love about you from watching you, I'm like, she know how to promote something. She know how to make it happen. So
you are warming my heart today. And you know how much work it goes into it, especially when you are doing multiple things. It takes a lot, but it's just like, hey, only the strong survive.
That's right.
So now, Julian, look, on the show, I something that I make my guests do, and this might be real. This might be a challenge for you, but I usually have my guests when they come on to pick a favorite. So tonight, what I, in honor of the Dr. Julian Wright show, I want to know who were, and I know it's going to be hard to choose one, but who were your top 3 favorite interviews that you did? Because I know you've had a lot of people that have come on the show.
Yeah. Now that is some stuff.
Look, do we need to make it a top 5? Because I know I know it goes deep, but
well, I can say
favorite, but the ones that were just the most memorable that really they stuck with you.
So I can say for sure my number one that really encouraged me, and I needed it at the time, was the Judge Greg Mathis interview. I can't wait to put that out there. We got snippets out there. He got emotional during the interview. It was a lot of different things that had happened. And of course, Judge Greg Mathis, he don't cry over anything. So to see him like that, I'm like, you did something. Yeah. I'm like, it's I get proud of myself when I even go back and watch it at home on my computer until I'm like, I can't wait for everybody else, because the full thing is not out there yet, but it's going to be, like I said, coming on that they can play it back, the full thing and everything, to do some finishing touches on it and the other ones as well. But I would say the Judge Greg Mathis one, definitely for sure. The ones that I named, Latavia from Destiny's Child, that one was an awesome one. That one was an archive for me, because that one was actually for my birthday. So I was like, I could tell them that was my birthday gift. So I was like,
it's my birthday gift to me.
Yeah, that's my birthday gift for me to me. And so, but that one, and then the other one I want to say was Shirley Lee Ralph. So
wait a minute, I have to see. Okay, look, I have to go and get. I have to go.
Yeah.
I mean, awesome.
Yes.
She is mother for all of us. Like, I love that. I love her.
Yes. We met when I was working with the DNC convention. And we had connected from then and did some things together during that time. But that one, nope, I have no snippets of that one out there. And so, but the full thing and everything will be put out and everything. It's a picture we have together when we was at the DNC together. But yeah, so that one I can't wait. So yes.
Oh my goodness. I'm excited. I am so excited for you. And I wanted you to see some of these comments because look, they have got you. They've got you on here. Wow, deep. Everybody just saying, hey.
Hey, everybody.
Okay. We got David watching from Cedar Hill. Okay. And then, all right. They are proud of you. We are all like, I'm telling you, you got the whole gang out here. We rooting for you. For sure. So can you share, like, what are some things that are coming up that my listeners, how can we support you after tonight?
Yeah, I got a conference that I'm actually going to be speaking at. So I'm leaving actually out of town in the next couple of days to be a part of an event. But that one's a private one. We'll see different things. That one's going to be speaking for a school out of town. So I'll be leaving for that for their inspirational day. But everybody, I definitely want everyone, if you can, get your tickets for the Beats to Business. It's a business conference. And so that's going to be happening November the 7th and the 8th. And so I'm a speaker along with several other ones. We have the district, from District 202 of Naperville, Illinois. And so it's going to be there at the Naperville Conference Center. So I've been telling people, get your tickets at MzMetchi.org. So I will be a guest. People, I'm like, it's not my event, but I will be a guest there. And so, I would definitely love to see you all there. And also it'll be some good information and some good people to connect with and to learn from. It's a worth the investment. And so I think the tickets are $160 something. No, it was $199, but if you take off, it's a $30 off coupon. If you, I'm gonna put the link on my bio for people, so it's gonna be around that price. And so, we can tell people, get your tickets. Support. I have that, and then we're going to be having some things at the end of the year that I want to do publicly with the Dr. Julian Wright show. So that actually has not been announced yet. So this is the first time I'm actually talking about that. So
tuning in, okay? And
yes,
Julian, that when I start filming season 2, we're gonna have to take this. We're gonna have to take that, and you're gonna have to come and see me so that you can come on the MzMetchi show.
Listen,
and I want to know when the next taping is, because I'm gonna come and support you too.
Yes.
And I love the fact that you even every time I've seen you, you've always been about just collaborating, and working with everybody and just really building on community. It shows.
Absolutely. I appreciate that for sure. I definitely striving there. I promise myself for sure to remain humble. It's like you said, it takes a lot out of you when you're on the go. As I tell people, I'm like, you are only one person. I have to tell myself that a lot of times.
That's right.
I'm like, when this event is coming up, this place, and then I'm very big on supporting those who support me. So I'm like, I hate it when I can't make it to certain things.
Because you got so much going on.
Yeah, it's just like so much. And then of course I'm like, look, I need a mental day. To where I'm like, I gotta get together so I could be okay for everything. I can't be me unless I'm not okay. So I need to be okay. So I'm like,
I get it. I get it.
I'm like, let me get a day and I just, let me lay low for a little bit, and I promise you. And I honestly, and this is the God knows truth, I actually have a list in my head of different people who I plan on doing some awesome things for, because I know that they have been there for me. So I can't get them all to them at the same time, but I know for sure, little by little, I've been crossing them off. And so, and that's just, I'm that person. And I promise myself to always be that person, because, life is just too short, and I get happy to see others people flourish. I get happy when it's your time. It's your time.
A lot warm inside. Like,
yes. So I'm excited, and but yeah, I definitely want the love to support You know, and let me just say this, y'all even continue to follow this show for sure. Y'all continue to like, subscribe, share, not just because I'm on today. You know, make sure you connect with her, because when I tell y'all this is an awesome person. This is an awesome person. I don't say that about everybody. Right here, this is the one.
Oh, you look, I'm
Yeah.
you know, and I feel like Dr. Julian, that good vibes and good people recognize good people. And
Absolutely.
I cannot remember the exact first event that we met each other, but I mean, you just had a really beautiful spirit about yourself, and I could just tell that everything that you talked about, you walk the walk too.
Yes,
and
yes,
that's really important, you know, and you're doing the work, and I see you. I want you to continue. The sky ain't even the limit for us. We got to go beyond that.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, but yes, I'm excited. Oh, then I didn't mention as well, I have a clothing line that I'm actually getting ready to come out with. It's called the J Wright Collection. Yes.
Ooh, and he's very stylish, so I don't know if y'all are ready, but y'all better get ready.
Listen, yes. So, you know, I'm trying to, like I said, with everything I have going on mentally, just get myself together to get that. So that's why for now I just been really focusing on the back end part now, trying to make sure other things that I'm doing is in order.
That's right.
But you know, it's I'm still going. Things are still happening, and so, but yeah, we're looking to have the J Wright collection. That'll be available. I'm gonna start off with trench coats, because I'm a person, I love a good trench coat.
Ooh, you can't beat that.
Listen. When I tell you, I was at the Mayor of Chicago event, and everybody was like, you know, we want the. Where did you get that from? Where did you get that from? I'm like, this is my design.
This is exclusive to me. You all can purchase it when the line is released.
You can get it when it's out. I promise you, we will have several colors of it. So I'm excited. So we're gonna be doing that, and I want people to definitely stay tuned. I need my models be looking out, because we're gonna be putting some calls out for some models too.
Okay. So, well, make sure you share it up with me so I can share it with my network. I got some nice, you know, some people that'll look good in jackets of 100%. Yes.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we got that going, and so we got some things, and then I want to work on some things for I'm not gonna say want to. It is getting worked on for next year. And so, you know, I'm gonna have you a part as well. So yeah, so that's what happened. You know it.
100%. Now, Dr. Julian, before you leave tonight, and I feel like you've given our listeners tonight so many gems, but if you could just leave a word, just a word of encouragement for anyone that's watching today, what would you say to them?
You know, I just tell people, just continue to keep going. You know, at the end of the day, life is going to continue to happen. You know, you're going to have your down times. You may even be in a state of confusion. You may be at a state of to where you just don't know what to do. You know who you are. You know all those different things. And as I tell people a lot of times, you want to do so many things in this world, and you know what you're called to do. You have a passion. You have a dream. But don't let the finances stop you. Don't let the support stop you. Continue to keep going. You know, as I tell people, if one table does not accept you, build your own. And at the end of the day, when you feel like that is not good enough, help your table build their table, and watch you all bring it all together, and watch everybody eat and have a good big old feast. And so that is what I say, you know, so continue to help people, support people, and you know, be the best you. My life thing that I tell people, and I always want to be remembered by, my saying is, let's make the impossible possible. So at the end of the day, never let anything and nobody stop you. I don't care what's going on personally, emotionally, mentally, physically, behind closed doors, because you go through different things and you have to keep smiling. But
keep going.
You got to keep going. And I promise you, everything is going to be worth it. So yes.
You didn't came on and lifted my spirits. Look, let my listeners know where they can follow you and how they can listen to the show. Just give it all to them here.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at Dr. Julian Wright, and on Facebook at Julian Wright. And so then I have a like page as well as Dr. Julian Wright on like page. And so we have our website, which is drjulianwright.com, but we're in the process of changing some things on the website. So right now you won't be able to go on there, but definitely feel free to reach out, contact me. I'm excited to connect. I can't get to everyone. I have my team as well. They may reach out, but for sure, I love to meet people. I love to connect with people. I love to hear their stories. And at the end of the day, if there's anything that I can do, to help anybody, I'm here for it. So yes.
Well, Dr. Julian, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I truly, like I said, I've been looking forward to this, and I mean, it certainly has been a great conversation. So I appreciate your time tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you again. Thank you.
Of course. And look, I'm wishing you continued success. You have all of the support from us here at the Blueprint Media Company, and I look forward to supporting all of your ventures and tuning into new episodes of the show.
Yes. So yes,
100%. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I told you all that you were in for a treat. Okay. If you all haven't already, make sure that you go and you follow Dr. Julian Wright. I told you all that tonight's interview was going to be off the chain. Now I'm going to leave his information scrolling here at the bottom, but I have to take a really quick break. And when I come back, we're going to be hopping into tonight's Hate It and Love It. So make sure that you all have yours queued up, because I want to know what y'all are hating and loving this week too. Be right back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye.
Learn more about MzMetchi today. She's an entrepreneur, host of the Blueprint Live, media personality, professional brand ambassador, brand talent manager, commercial real estate professional, event host, beauty and fashion influencer, marketing and promotions professional. Learn more about MzMetchi by visiting MzMetchi.com for more information.
All right, y'all. It's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it.
Woo! Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and you already know, hate it and love it. Okay. This week, if I can be honest with you all, I'm not really having a lot of hated it's this week. I'm, of course, tired of hearing about certain things in the news. I feel like I want y'all to kind of simmer down. So maybe we'll kick it off there. Quite frankly, y'all, we're going to talk about it a little bit on tonight's What's Happening, What's Up, but I'm tired of hearing about the Charlie Kirk stuff. Who's with me? I'm tired. Let me fluff out my curls. Okay. I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing about that. Can we move along? Okay. Let's move along. It's been too much. It's too much back and forth. This is what they wanted, you guys. Wanting us to be fighting each other. Can we chill? Daddy, chill. Okay, that's where we're at right now. So that's the first hated it. Now, the love it, y'all. I'm telling you, I have been having so much fun playing with these curls. That's it for me. Let me talk to my 4C girls, my 4B and my 4C hair girls. Okay, we all know that sometimes trying to find our right mixtures, it's a lot for us. It's a lot, but. Honey, look, and I'm going to continue to keep singing this brand's praises because they have been good to me. Okay, they got the curls popping, the girls popping. Okay, all of that. I'm feeling good. Aunt Jackie's Curls and Coils. I think that's the full name for the business. Absolutely, but we're gonna go with Aunt Jackie right now. That's my auntie. I've adopted Aunt Jackie's hair products. That's my auntie now. Hey, auntie, we're family. We're family. I love their products, how it makes my hair feel. Just the curls are just illustrious, honey. I mean, you just cannot. It don't get no better. Shake it. I love a good wash and go. Love when the curls are juicy, they're popping. Okay, so shout out to Jackie's. Love it for her. She gets another love it because I appreciate the products, I appreciate the quality, I appreciate the curls for the girls. Now, my love it also this week is that I am 23 days out from the next Linked and Lit Brunch, and y'all, I'm super excited about it, but I need more people. We need more people to come on out and to join us. So it's like, I'm on a mission right now to make sure that the word is out there. Shout out to the SwagHer community. They have been helping me to promote all of my partners for the event. They've been helping me to get the word out. And I just feel like, okay, we need to get the word out to different people, that need to be in the room that day. So, let's get it going, y'all. I told you that the code, I want to give you all a code for everything, is Lit Fam. If you use that, you're gonna see a nice little discount at checkout. Check me out. Come see me. October 11th is going down at the Linked and Lit Brunch. So that's definitely a love it. Now, we were talking with Dr. Julian tonight about his talk show. And, I was sharing with you all, for those that don't know, that the MzMetchi show was released in August 18th of this year. So we're about 5 episodes in, and, I've got 4 more episodes to go before season 1 is wrapped up. And I am really, that's the love it for me. The MzMetchi show was an idea that I sat on for a very, very long time. Oh my goodness. It had been a project that was 2 years in the making, but it was something that was on my mind and on my spirit when I first began my journey in media. I knew that I wanted to formulate content that could go on television. And that's why, I'm so having guests like Dr. Julian, where, he's on Hulu, he's, an international as far as with it. It definitely, it so serves as an inspiration for people, like I said, even like myself, that are looking to really take things to the next level, get out of the, just on social media and different things, and really expanding that territory. It's a beautiful thing. And I know that although the MzMetchi show hasn't gotten there yet, I know that it's well on its way, and I'm excited about the journey to get there. So, those are my hated and lovers this week. I told you I was keeping it light. I've been trying to keep things very mellow, very stress-free. Okay. I need that. Now, I'm really excited for this weekend. This weekend is really some fun things going on. So shout out to the Clink Fest that's happening this Sunday. Really, really, happy to go and be able to have some cocktails, meet some different people to network. You have to get out here and you have to network. These people are not just going to come to your living room when you're trying to network and meet new people. You have to get out there. You have to, go and shake some hands. And I can't say you rub some elbows, because it's just like, we don't have to touch each other. We can shake hands right now. But no, you do have to get out there. You have to go and meet people, go in different spaces that you haven't been. And this will be my first time attending the festival, but I'm really, really excited to be able to go and, just do some film and get some behind the scenes content of what's going on to, get people excited about the event, because it's certainly one to be excited about if you are in the Chicagoland area. So that is all I have for you all for tonight's Hate It and Love It. Now, tonight's What Would You Do? I have 2 here. It's only going to be 1. But both of them are at such extremes. I don't know what you all are going to say. I don't. But all I know is that we got a heck of a conversation to jump into right after this break.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Them old mistakes are gone, I won't do them no more. That's old news, that's new news. I done did that before. I turn nothing to something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action. You just gon' see coming. I just keep elevating. No losses, just upgrading. My lessons made blessings. I turn that into money.
Let's get into today's What Would You Do? Where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
I've made a decision on which What Would You Do that I'm going to share with you all tonight. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and it is time for tonight's What Would You Do? Now, this was going to be slightly graphic, so cover your ears if you have sensitive ears, but this is a mother that is in need of some assistance, okay? I got home from work and I found my 16-year-old son giving a top to another boy. I normally get to the house around 6, but today I got off early and got home around 4. He didn't expect me home early. I knew something was up because I saw my ring go off and heard my son tell his friend that I would be home around 6:30. They were both laying in the bed, 69 style. I was terrified. Problem is that I didn't see this one coming at all. He actually has a girlfriend. I want to tell my husband, but I'm afraid how he's going to respond. I kicked his friend out of the house and I left immediately. I'm so hurt, and I don't know what to do. I'm ashamed and embarrassed all in one. My question, should I tell my husband? And would you want to know? What would you do? Ooh. Wow. Okay. So yeah, if you're coming in, because I see you guys kind of filtering in a little bit tonight, what would you do? This mother, she caught her son having relations with another boy. He has a boyfriend. He has a girlfriend, but he was with a male at this time. And she's trying to figure out if she should say something to the father. Kim, did you catch the recap? Just give me a thumbs up, yay or nay. But she's trying to figure out, should she say something to his dad? Okay, but the recap really quick. She came home. She saw her son, 16, engaged in fellatio with another young man, okay, in their home. That is a tough one. That's really, really tough. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's just jump in and give her a little bit of advice. Now, I want my mothers, okay, and the fathers, people that have the children. I'm asking you all to jump in on tonight's conversation, okay? MzMetchi is not a parent, okay? So my advice is only going to go so far, okay? In this situation, if it were me, I can only, yikes. Faye said, of course, tell the husband, then have a real conversation. So, you know what? Okay, so Faye, and this is why, again, I wanted my parents to chime in here tonight, because since she was the one that discovered it, now you all tell me, do you all think that with this situation that maybe she should talk to the son first before looping the dad in, and then maybe, you know, helping to have a more constructive conversation that doesn't necessarily out how she found out that he may, you know, enjoy same-sex relations? Okay, you know, it's very sensitive. And then this is also another thing, ma'am, you know your husband, okay? You know your husband. So you have to be mindful of that as well. Be mindful. Be mindful. Now, let me go ahead. I'm bringing some of these comments up. Okay. Said Michi, I can't wait for the weekends to hit. Oh, look. Come on now, David. You already know. I know. Faye said they have to really be careful. Can't pass judgment. Right. And it's just, you know, so Faye, this is what I'm concerned with. If she's concerned about how her husband is going to respond, is he, you know, is it the best thing for him to I guess be brought in at this particular point? I don't know. Okay, so Kim said, I think the first conversation needs to be with the son to see what was really going on. If he's bisexual, if he's gay, and once she gets the conversation with her son completed, then loop in the husband. See, and that was kind of like where I was thinking too, sis, where, you know, have a conversation with him first to talk about it and to figure out what's going on. Because this is one thing, and I mean, you know, I'm not a parent, but I'm a child. When I was younger and everything, it was definitely a little bit easier to chat with mom about some things. I mean, granted, I'm a girl. I'm just a girl. But it was a little bit easier to speak with her about things sometimes, you know, and then kind of loop in dad, loop him in. So this one is a touchy situation. It's touchy. It's very touchy. So, okay, Faith says she should talk to the son first. Yes. Yeah, like I think that it should be a conversation. I don't know. That's kind of embarrassing for all parties, including the boy that was kicked out of the house before she ultimately left. I think that it should be a conversation with the son first. That's number one. Have a conversation with the baby. Figure out why were you doing this and trying to sneak. But shout out to you, mom, for having that intuition. She had that parent's intuition. Okay. She knew it was something weird because of the Ring doorbell. Go get your baby. Go figure out what's going on at your house. There's a stranger in my house. It took a while to figure out. Now she got home at 4. Hold on. You know what? This one, let me pour me up a little bit of Copajn. I got to pour up a little Copajn, y'all. I know you see it. I need a little something with this one, because this one, what you do is off the chain. So, okay, we all agree that the husband should be looped in. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I grew up in a household where my parents would talk to each other. They told each other about all the foolishness or different things. And baby, please believe, my sister and I, we used to try some things back in the day. Cheers. Shout out to the MzMetchi show. Oh, I wasn't ready. So for this lady, because we don't have to harp on this one for too long. Talk to your son first. It's already hard enough exploring your sexuality as a heterosexual male or woman. Okay. But when you are, you know, also you've portrayed a certain lifestyle, you're like, hey, you portrayed as you're hetero, but you may have some different feelings. As a 16-year-old young man, I'm pretty sure that that's a challenge for him. So we want to be very, very sensitive with this. Number one. And the biggest thing that you can do, again, MzMetchi is not a parent, but I can only talk to you. Let's just talk people and human interaction and connection. Be an ally for your son. It's supposed to be y'all against the world, not you and the world against him and whatever it is, his choices, his beliefs, his desires. Be on the same page in this particular one. Have an understanding with your son and just understand that it's very sensitive. And it's okay for you to share with your son that what you saw was shocking. and you weren't prepared and you felt some different feelings that you didn't know would even come up for you. It's okay to share that. That doesn't make you a bad parent. Doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you unreasonable. So for tonight's What Would You Do? I think that would personally be the first start, is to have a conversation with your son first, to establish what's going on, to really just genuinely get a feel of where he's at, what he's feeling, what's going on in his heart and in his spirit. And then choosing from that point and from that conversation, whether this sparks up chaos, confusion, calamity, or understanding, compassion, and love and care, okay? Understanding that, then understanding what you need to share. Because this is the thing, sometimes certain things don't need to be shared, you know, and this is the thing. I understand the covenant between a marriage too. I get that. But that's one of those stories that you got to probably let slip out after everybody has come out with the situation. Like, yeah, you know, well, I had seen them with someone, you know, that's one of those you slip out, and everybody does it. My dad is still finding out about stuff that my sister and I did back in the day, and we are grown, like we are grown. I will be 40 in the next few years, and Zach is still finding out stuff that happened from 15 and up, you know, and it's always a kicker, because what can you do now, right? But telling your husband the relevant information, which is that, you know, he is feeling exploratory in these areas. It's going to be a different conversation rather than you throwing him under the bus because of what you found. It was wrong. Because first off, whether it's a girl or a boy, you probably didn't want nobody in your house doing anything sexual. So wrong is wrong. Okay. This has nothing to do with sexuality at this point. But your son is going to need some understanding. And if you feel like that your husband is going to go ballistic, sis, keep some of them details to yourself for now. I'm not advocating for you to withhold back from your spouse. But what we are advocating for is that do it the right way. Don't risk the relationship that you have with your son and the closeness that you all could retain in the future, because you're hurt over something that you don't understand. Because as a heterosexual person, you're not going to understand someone that it may like the same sex. You're not going to understand the intricacies of that. And it ain't for you to understand. Clock it. I don't know, y'all. And I struggle with these sometimes when people get so wrapped up and disappointed over lives that they don't have to live. Okay. Me personally, I don't care who you decided that. And if God were to, if he blesses me with some babies, I don't care who you decide to love. Are you happy? Are you safe? Are you content? Are they loving you 100%? Are you respecting yourself? Are you taking care of you within that dynamic? That is all that matters. I don't care who you deal with. Because at the end of the day, when I go up and I'm at the pearly gates, they are asking about my life and what I did. Okay, they are not asking me about, oh, well, your child happened to subscribe to this lifestyle, so now you going to hell too. Like, baby, we are responsible for ourselves. Be an ally in this situation, sis. That's what I have for you for tonight. What would you do? Be an ally to your babies. Okay, and even if you got to be an ally against your husband. Do what you got to do. David said, when I talk to my son about sexuality, I tend to be honest with him as possible. And I'm not going to worry about knowing all the answers to it. Yeah, David, I mean, you know what? You don't have to. We're all responsible when we get one life. My whole thing is that as a parent, you're supposed to protect those babies and make sure that they are equipped no matter what type of situations that they enter into. It's not my business. But if you're 16 and you're doing nasty stuff in my house, whether it's a boy or a girl, baby, everybody is about to get a foot in the ass at this point. Respectfully, clock it. So that's what I have for tonight. What would you do? You all drop your responses. What should she do in this situation? I want you all to ponder on that. We'll be right back after this break.
Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus-size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and it's time for tonight. What's happening? What's up? What y'all talking about in these comments? Okay. David said that he practices active listening. You know what, David? And that is why you are a well-rounded individual, okay? Now, tonight's what's happening, what's up. There's a guy named Stephen Keenan from Akron, Ohio, that is not having a good week, okay? He's an administrator from a school in Ohio. He was recently suspended after selling the school district's lawnmowers on Facebook Marketplace. Why did this man do that? He tried to sell 11 of the district's lawnmowers without the board's approval. He was selling them so that he could buy new lawnmowers, but they suspended him indefinitely because of it, and they are attempting to fire him as a result. Y'all know when you sit on boards, you have to clear it with the board. You can't just go in doing what you want to do because you want to do it. That's not how any of that works. What? What the hell? What's going on? What's going on, Stephen? Why did you do that? Now, moving along, I've been contemplating on if I wanted to get back on the train. David, Stephen Keenan, he ended up getting, suspended. He ended up getting suspended because he tried to sell 11 of the district's lawnmowers for a school in Akron, Ohio. So yeah, he's not having a good week. Now, last week I reported to you all that there was a young lady who was fatally stabbed on a train. And I've been going back and forth on if I wanted to hop back on the metro to go back and forth to work. I'm tired of commuting into the downtown area. I'm like, y'all killing me with this. It's too much. But here we go. We're here again, right? But this week, a woman is in the hospital recovering because on Thursday morning, there was an argument that ended up leading to her being stabbed on the Blue Line. What is up with these people wanting to stab folks on the train? Is there something going on? Are they on something? I'm really trying to figure out what's the problem. What's the problem? I digress. Now, you all know, as much as I'm tired of hearing about it, I'm just here to bring you guys the news. But Erica Kirk, who is the widow of Charlie Kirk, she's been named as the new CEO for Turning Point USA, which you all know that was the group that her husband was over. Now, the odd thing about that was that Charlie Kirk was very, very open about the fact that he felt like that a woman's place was in the home. It's in the home. So I think that is so crazy. It's a different contrast. It's a different contrast that she is, the new CEO. But I guess congrats to Erica. Get it, girl. moving along. Now, as a result of everything that happened with Charlie Kirk, now you all know, I don't know if you all watched the Jimmy Kimmel show. Is anybody a fan? Okay. Yeah. David said, this is so sad and heartbreaking. Sending up my prayers and condolences to the family. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, are you talking about for the Blue Line thing? Yeah. You know, I mean, anyone that's dealing with some loss, definitely sending the love tonight. But getting back to the story with Jimmy Kimmel, you know, he has been suspended from the Jimmy Kimmel show following his remarks about Charlie Kirk. And of course, President Donald Trump. So he had a tweet that came after this suspension. Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what needed to be done. Kimmel has zero talent and worse ratings than even Colbert, if that's possible. That leaves Jimmy and Seth, two total losers on fake news NBC. Their ratings are horrible. Do it, NBC. President DJT. Y'all, this man is off the chain consistently. Why is the president, why do you care what ABC is doing because they make these comments? And then, so hold on, I'll tell you this. Faye said they need mental help and an ass kicking on the trains. And Erica can kiss my ass too. Ooh. Yeah. So this is the thing. Why is Donald Trump talking about this? Like, why is he so pressed? I'm concerned at this point of how invested he is. Yeah. David said, so was Roseanne and all the other social media stuff that was filtered. Yeah. And Faye said, what happened to freedom of speech? You know, I mean, because this is the thing, regardless, and I'll say this, and I don't want to, you know, if I lose some people because of this, then that's fine, but it's not intended to do so. We do live in America. You are supposed to be able to have the freedom of speech. So even people like Charlie Kirk and some of the things that he said, that, of course, you know, only a select group of people actually agreed with. He certainly didn't deserve to die from it. Like, you don't deserve to die from expressing your opinion, even if it's racist and it's a lot of, you know, racist propaganda. You don't deserve to die as a result of it. The same way that you don't deserve to die from just being, you know, what they hate, which is like black or color. You don't deserve any of that. So with Jimmy Kimmel, I mean, I saw that he was suspended before I actually saw the clip of what got him suspended. And I'm like, this is what y'all let him go for? I've heard much worse. Moving along. Now, have you all heard of that singer? He spells his name D Ford VD. I'm going to go ahead and say David because that's what his name is. But David Anthony Burke, better known as David. He's reportedly cooperating with the police after a teenage girl was found dead in his abandoned car that was registered in his name. Okay. As this story unfolded, pictures started to circulate of this young lady who was a teenage girl. And yeah, the situation is very, very raw. Okay. It's very, very raw. Her name is Celeste Riva. She was a 15-year-old girl. She had been reportedly missing from Riverside County in April of 2024. They said that she had run away before this incident. David, a lot of people didn't agree with Charlie's point of view of the world, and a lot of people don't agree with Jimmy's point of view. But if they can do this to him, they can do it to you. We should all be careful what we say. 100%. Yeah, I mean, it's like, but if the filter's going to be on, David, it's got to be on for everybody. It's got to be on for everybody. Everybody. Yeah, and she said, but the media conglomerates are bending the knee. Yeah, they definitely are, Faye. It's a lot going on. They controlling what we see and what we put out, and that's why it's important for us to do our research and to make sure that we stay on point. But with this story with David, this one is really, really crazy to me because y'all, they it's some things that's going on. And why are y'all hanging around? Why are you as a man? Why are you hanging around a little 15-year-old? There's something wrong with that. Now, moving along, you know, something else that's making me terrified to go back to the amusement parks. A guest at Epic Universe in Florida, they passed away while riding one of the roller coasters on Wednesday night. Y'all, when I tell you the amusement park, they have been quiet as a mouse. They're like, yep, this is what happened. They were gone. Didn't even release details about what happened to this man, but it was 32-year-old Kevin Rodriguez Zavala. They shared that we have no further information for release at this time. So they're not even giving any type of information as to what happened to this man besides the fact that he lost his life inside of their amusement park Wednesday night. So y'all make sure y'all keep your heads on the swivel, be watching for the screws and the things that keep the rides together, because apparently they're falling off. Now, my last bit of news is going to lead us into tonight's conversation. So y'all know Cardi B announced that she was pregnant by Stephon Diggs. But y'all know that I have more to the story. And look, we're not going to be messy tonight. What we're going to do is have a genuine conversation about some things. Right after this break, we'll be right back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus-size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas, and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and it's time for our topic. We're talking about the Cardi B controversy, baby. She said, you done made me scared. I want a roller coaster. I do too, girl. I done lost all this weight. I'm trying to go get on somebody's Raging Bull. Do you hear me? I'm trying to get on a Raging Bull. But I'm scared because they don't have a little thing that go over you. I'm like, baby, I need something to hold on to. I need something to hold on to. Yeah. All right, tonight. Hold on, Faye. I'm going to hold that comment for a second. Tonight, we're talking about the Cardi B controversy. So this week, she came out with Gayle King and revealed something that we had already been knowing, girl. That Cardi B, she's pregnant with her boyfriend, Stephon Diggs. Now, it's no secret that she is, still tied to Offset of the Migos, okay, which I'm pretty sure he's the one that's holding up the divorce. He seems like a doggone menace. But she revealed this news. Now, when she was doing the trial recently that she was a part of, you could tell visibly that she was pregnant. You could tell. But this situation, I've just been seeing a lot of comments and different things and understand. I think that it's incredibly crazy too. I don't know if as someone's wife, if I would be having a baby with somebody else while openly still being married to this person. But I think the part that makes it a little bit more crazy is Stephon Diggs got children. It's got a lot of alleged children that's around or on the way, or they just got here. Let me get into the comments. Faye, Cardi, Nick, and all those babies, they're rich. They got it, hopefully, but a hoe is a hoe. Ooh, not a hoe is a hoe. Ooh. Kim said, "Now I'm not here to police any woman's uterus, but there's no way in hell I would have had 3 children. Third being nearly 1 year old, married and pregnant by my boyfriend. I've only been dating less than a year." Come on now. Now, Kim, that's the message right there. It could not be me. It couldn't be me. Could not be me. Now, this is the thing. I will say this, Kim. Now, ladies, go with me. Cardi had to have conceived when he took her to that castle. That's when it had to have happened around them. Around then. When he took her to that castle, and she was up in there popping that wop in the castle, a real castle. This is not medieval times. This is the real castle. This is not Disney World. An actual castle. She conceived that baby at that castle. And can't nobody tell me differently, because I'm not going to lie to you. It might have been me. It might have been me. Like, you took me to the castle, baby. I love you. You putting it down. I'm putting it down. But maybe for the first time. Maybe for the first baby. You know, like, this man took me to the castle. I'm finna get in with baby. You know, like, we've been stupid. Everybody been stupid before. Silly. A fool. We've all been there. Latifah said, "I stay out of rich people business." She popping that thing, girl. Congrats. Latifah, let me put that back. Sis, when I tell you, that's where I'm at. Like, that's honestly my overall opinion about all of this is that we got to stay out of rich people's business. Like, we're talking about it tonight because I just feel like that people have been writing freaking exposés and just all of these things where I'm like, why do y'all care about what this woman is doing with her body? If she wants to do this, let her do it. Faye said, yes. Kim said, "Clinic me, please, and thank you." First off, my whole thing is we don't even need to visit the clinic after the act. We need to be visiting it when we know that we're about to do some things, okay? So, do she not believe in birth control? Like, is she Catholic or something? I have real questions that need real answers. Cardi, step into the chat, my love. And I ain't mad, baby. I'm here for it. My whole thing is be fruitful and multiply. Offset is, of course, crashing the hell out. He's crashing out. He's crashing out. 100%. And hold on. I wanted to read this to you all. Shout out to Tiani Kardashian, who is a friend on Facebook. And I'm just going to read this one to you guys. And let me just give me a second to pull it up, because I want to make sure that I'm reading you the right thing. And it's a little bit long, so just go with me here. But let me find it. So Tiani posted 3 hours ago. He's a really, prominent blogger. But plot twist, get over here right now. We all aware that Stefan has a daughter named Nova from a previous relationship who's 8 years old. And it looks like she's about to be a big sister to not just Cardi's unborn child, but a few others as well. According to court documents obtained by a woman named Eileen Lopera, who goes by Lord Giselle on Instagram, she's filed documents against Stefan, accusing him of being the father of her baby girl. Stefan has since filed a response to the suit, contesting that the baby is his. He requested genetic testing to determine whether or not he's the father. He also wrote in the documents that if determined to be the father, he requests joint and legal physical custody, as well as joint payment of reasonable expenses of pregnancy, birth, and attorney fees and costs. The documents also revealed that LaPera had named her daughter Charlie Harper Diggs LaPera, giving her the professional athlete's last name. And that's not it. Allegedly, a woman goes by K. Benji, also named Coach K. Benji, alleges that Stefan is the father of her 3-month-old. Okay. Another woman by the user of For the Love of KJ is rumored to allegedly be expecting twins by him currently. All right, Nick Cannon Part 2, you out here getting it in. I can't sign up to be your 4th and 5th and 6th child's mother. What? Now, Kim said it's a castle baby. Yes, it is, girl. Faith said, yep, if she wants that baby, okay, but timing could have been better. Multiply, but have common sense. Yeah, I just, you know what? Again, Faith, like Kim said, I'm not here to police a woman's uterus. But I just don't know if I would have hopped up in that so quickly. Faith said, oh, boy is laying the pipe all over the country. And is. He, you know, we all gonna make it a point to mind our business, but outside of that, let people do whatever it is that they want to do. Now, Cardi, look, sister, finish that divorce out. Offset is a crash out. I just believe he is going to try to terrorize her throughout this pregnancy because he's still mad and he's bitter. He's a part of the bitter baby daddy crew. They exist. I'm not here to judge anybody, but I do just want it to be a reminder that people that are not rich, y'all should not be engaging in stuff like this. Let's be clear. And then for people, if you got multiple, and we're not talking about just one or two fathers or whatever, or men, if you got more than one or two, you know, women that are the mothers to your children. We're talking about the ones that got multiple children's fathers, mothers, half sisters, brothers, all of this other stuff, and then they are judging her. You in the situation and you judging her. Let's not pass judgment. Everybody, let's just mind the business that pays us. And Cardi B and Stefan are not paying us. And I'm gonna leave that at that. Okay. When we come back from this break, we're gonna close out with tonight's quote of the night. Hold on, Kim. She said, even when you are rich, that's not a smart move at all, but to each their own. Yeah. And honestly, Kim, I agree. I would put personally, as someone who is experienced in so many different things as far as like body-wise, especially surrounding reproductivity, I'm not about to play with my body like that. Like the bounce back is great, but we're not doing that multiple times. What's up, Mr. Tracy? Hey, girl. I'm not putting my body through that. Okay. Now look, when we come back from this break, we're gonna close out with tonight's quote of the night. Be right back.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Them old mistakes are gone, I won't do them no more. That's old news, that's new news. I done did that before. I turn nothing to something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action. You just go see coming. I just keep elevating. No losses, just upgrading. My lessons made blessings. I turn that into money.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
Tracy, I see you. You said you've been here, but you couldn't comment. That's all good, girl. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. So tonight we're going to close out this one. This quote, again, it found me. So I'll share it with you all. Life humbles you. As you grow old, you stop chasing the big things and start valuing the little things. Alone time, enough sleep, a good diet, long walks, and quality time with loved ones. Simplicity becomes the ultimate goal. I know for me, I'm trying to stay out of the way. I'm in my leave me alone energy. I am focused. I have things to do. I love you too, Tracy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Life didn't humble me, baby. I told y'all what had been going on the last couple of weeks. MzMetchi is humbled, and she's in her bag. Okay, she's in her bag. But you know what? We have to just value the small things, the little things that we can. And that's just the season that I'm in. So, you know, I wanted to share that quote with you all, and I hope that it touches you all tonight the way that it did me. Okay. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight on our Facebook and YouTube on the chat. Shout out to the SwagHer community for hopping in tonight's conversation and all of my people that commented. Thank you so much to Dr. Julian Wright for being my special guest tonight. It was truly, truly a pleasure to speak with you and to learn more about your journey. And I'm really excited to support the things that you have going on from here and beyond. You all make sure that you tune into the Dr. Julian Wright show. You can catch it on Hulu as well as PBS. Of course, make sure that you all are watching the MzMetchi show every Monday. We are taking a break off from this week. We are 5 episodes in, so make sure that you catch up on all of the episodes on our Facebook and YouTube page for the MzMetchi show. I am just very, very thankful, you know, very, very thankful at this time. And I'm hoping that for those that are tuning in, that you all will join me October 11th. We're 23 days away from the Linked and Lit Brunch that's happening on the Mag Mile, okay, from 1 to 5 that day. So I'm super excited. And I hope that you all, if you are local, join me. Get online, the bpmediacode.com, purchase your tickets. I'm sharing the code with you guys, but if you put in Lit Fam, you get some cash off. I'm trying to help here. Okay. I want to see you in the room. So thank you all so much for joining me. And until next time, y'all. Bye.